Visit Costco in 2026. For a few while, you forget you're in a warehouse. The appliance aisle feels like a Hollywood set, with stainless steel shimmering under ideal lighting, freezers lined up like futuristic monuments, ovens polished to the point where you can see your reflection, and people floating past with trolleys large enough to transport animals. Everything appears high-end. Everything appears to be reliable. Everything looks like a bargain. Sales representatives speak in a luxury vehicle salesman's tone. Dual cooling zones, next-gen compressors, turbo wash max, and AI temperature control. And buyers, fine individuals with good intentions, leave believing they have hacked the system. Costco members get the best value, right? But here's the truth. Costco will never set up a sampling station next to those complimentary chicken skewers. Not all Costco appliances are the same as those found at other appliance stores. Some are downgraded, simpler, and silently cost-cut versions that appear identical from the exterior but are less expensive on the inside, designed expressly to meet Costco's aggressive pricing points. Cheaper compressors, motors that are less powerful, reduced insulation, fewer sensors, streamlined control boards, thinner wires, cheaper fans, low-grade evaporators. They're like buying a premium sports vehicle only to learn the engine comes from a lawnmower. And today, this film is your safeguard, your warning, before you turn a $1,200 deal into a costly error. Here are the top 12 appliances to avoid buying at Costco in 2026, from the slightly unsatisfactory to the completely catastrophic. Let's start from the absolute bottom. For more than a decade, Samsung refrigerators have been one of the most complained about appliances in America. What about Costco's versions? Somewhat worse. Costco sells Samsung Special SKUs, which look similar to units sold at Best Buy or Home Depot, but are fundamentally pared down. Cheaper compressors, low-quality cooling ducts. Ice maker design has been simplified. Thinner evaporator coils, fans that are not as strong, less copper tubing, lower quality insulation. It's like putting up a lawnmower engine in a Ferrari body. Technicians repeatedly experience the same nightmare. Ice makers that fail, fans that freeze, compressors that cease after their warranty has expired, leaks in the cabinet. Temperature fluctuations can damage groceries. Repairs that are more expensive than the refrigerator itself. Samsung's models already had one of the greatest failure rates. But what about the Costco versions? They take that reputation, multiply it, and cover it in stainless steel. If you want your refrigerator to survive longer than your phone's upgrade cycle, this is a clear no. There's no denying that LG creates beautiful appliances. Their refrigerators resemble the future, with InstaView windows, smart cooling, craft ice balls, and built-in Wi-Fi. But beyond those gleaming doors lies the dreaded LG linear compressor. Even after the lawsuits have faded from the news, technicians continue to report premature compressor death, refrigerant leaks, control board misreads, and cooling inconsistency. What about the Costco models? Even more downgrades. Weaker evaporators, smaller copper lines, simpler fans, and less insulation. The exterior screams premium. The interior whispers, "I hope you bought Costco's warranty." LG excels at TVs, amazing with washers, outside of Costco. But what about refrigerators? Not the ones sold in the warehouse. These versions are just one compressor failure away from being the world's most costly cabinet. Whirlpool dishwashers are popular at Costco due to their appealing features, including refined stainless steel, modern handles, and Energy Star certification, and always between $75 and $100 off. However, Whirlpool's dishwasher line has not kept up with 2026 standards, and the Costco versions are much lower. Issues include weak pump motors, flimsy spray arms, premature heating elements, imprecise sensors, thin insulation, plastic tubs, and outdated control boards. These warehouse-only units are designed to seem comparable to mid-range Whirlpool dishwashers sold elsewhere, but are less expensive on the inside. They are loud, clean infrequently, and fail early. What happens when the pump or heater fails? Repairs are frequently more expensive than purchasing a new dishwasher. Whirlpool is an excellent brand for some appliances. Dishwashers at Costco? Not one of them. GE makes some genuinely wonderful ranges, but not the ones you find at Costco. Value-engineered models feature lighter steel, poorer oven insulation, simplified ignition systems, lower-cost heating components, downgraded fans, and fewer safety sensors. They resemble the GE stoves available at Lowe's, but remove the rear panel, and the discrepancies become brutally clear. What are the problems? Uneven heating, hot areas on the cooktop, poor broiler performance, slowly preheat, fan noise. Control boards are glitchy, premature element failure. GE as a brand is excellent. Costco's GE offerings are not. You're purchasing a nice shell without the expensive guts. Costco enjoys advertising Frigidaire's stainless French door versions since they look good and cost less than $1,000. Families see them and believe they've discovered the unicorn, a luxurious-looking fridge at a low cost. But these aren't Frigidaire's dependable high-end models. They're warehouse deals. Issues include poor airflow, evaporator icing, weak dampers, inconsistent freezer performance, brittle drawers, noisy fans, and temperature sensors that drift over time. According to technicians, Costco's Frigidaire units are hit or miss. Some function okay, but many fail within 2 years. And because Costco sells the cheapest options, you're taking a chance the moment it enters your kitchen. Hisense is rapidly gaining popularity because to its spectacular brightness, large screens, and mini LED technology at affordable pricing. Costco pushes them hard. However, nearly no YouTube reviewer will tell you this. The Costco models are not the flagship Hisense televisions being examined. Warehouse Hisense versions often feature lower brightness levels, fewer dimming zones, cheaper processors, reduced motion handling, and weaker backlight drivers. Many consumers purchase a Costco Hisense based on positive reviews, but later wonder why their version does not match the one in the video. Technicians have also reported blooming difficulties, premature LED failure, flickering, and glitchy apps. Excellent for year one. Unstable afterward. That is why they are at number 7. Top-load washers sell extremely well at Costco because they appear easy, durable, and dependable, particularly among older customers. And GE's brand recognition does not harm. However, Costco's GE top loaders are stripped-down versions with weaker gearboxes, cheaper couplings, downgraded pumps, rudimentary control boards, and simplified sensor arrays. They wash fine until they don't. Grinding noises, poor spin cycles, vibration concerns, pump breakdowns, random error codes, and transmission failure are all common failures. A top-loading washer should last 10 to 12 years. Costco's GE models. Some people experience weariness as early as year 2. LG makes some of the greatest front-load washers in the United States, but what about the Costco versions? Not the same machines. Warehouse LG front loaders typically have thinner metal drums, simplified vibration systems, cheaper shock absorbers, downgraded detergent trays, fewer water level sensors, and weaker dampening. What was the result? More shaking, increased noise, increased wear and tear, more early leaks. On the surface, they resemble LG's higher-end models. However, when you open the panel, the shortcuts become evident. LG can be an excellent washer brand, but not in these Costco models. It doesn't matter if the oven or range is from Samsung, GE, LG, Whirlpool, or Frigidaire. If it's a Costco exclusive, chances are it's made less on the inside. These devices typically have weaker heating elements, lighter broil elements, thinner insulation, cheaper fan motors, simplified control boards, and low-quality igniters. They work well for regular cooking, but when it comes to holiday meals, broiling, baking, or extensive cook periods, they might cause issues. Uneven heating, the centers are underdone, overdone edges, the buzz among fans, slowly preheat. Temperature swings occur at random. These aren't branding issues. These are Costco SKU difficulties. This one causes folks emotional pain. KitchenAid used to be elite, weighty, quiet, and well-designed. However, today's Costco KitchenAid assortment consists of Whirlpool gear dressed in fashionable garments. Technicians frequently mention pump assembly failures, diverter motor difficulties, inexpensive rack wheels, spray arm leaks, loud grinding, and early heating element failures. KitchenAid ranges share the same fate. Weak insulation, inconsistent baking, hot front panels, cheap knobs, and control boards sourced from Whirlpool's Economy series. The pitfall is that they appear to be of higher quality. Inside, they're demoted to match Costco costs. The refrigerator version of a Greek tragedy. LG's French door refrigerators appear to be the finest value on the floor. Sleek, big, and futuristic. However, the well-known LG compressor problem persisted. Costco's versions have weaker evaporators, simplified fans, intermittent cooling, short-life control boards, and leaky crisper regions. Technicians often report that LG refrigerators are great for the first 18 months, but can be a problem after that. And Costco sells a lot of these because they appear quality, but are less expensive than actual premium brands. This is the definition of a trap. There's no competition here. Samsung refrigerators dominate technician complaint lists, and Costco sells a lot of them. Within these lovely machines are some of the weakest, least reliable cooling systems in modern appliances. Failing ice makers, frozen fans, sealed system leaks, compressor failures, drainage blockages, temperature fluctuations, damaged dampers, and costly components. Costco advertises them because they photograph well. Huge touchscreens, chrome accents, futuristic styling, everything a shopper wants to see. What about behind the panel? Some of the most inexpensive cooling assemblies in the business. This isn't only the worst appliance that Costco sells. It is now the most expensive refrigerator available in the United States. Costco's risk does not stem from the brands. It's the Costco exclusive versions, quietly downgraded appliances built specifically for warehouse pricing, cheaper compressors, streamlined control boards, thinner insulation, low-grade wiring, weak motors, fewer sensors, cheaper fans. Pumps are of lower grade. They resemble mainstream models? They are not. Manufacturers cut corners because Costco wants low prices, and the client pays the price years later. Costco is an incredible retailer. The return policy is legendary. Their membership benefits are incomparable. Costco is supreme when it comes to televisions, tiny electronic devices, bulk items, and snacks. However, when it comes to major appliances, deals frequently hide shortcuts. Shiny stainless steel hides cheap internals. Large discounts hide tiny motors. Beautiful designs conceal cheap compressors and inferior fans. And when will the problems become apparent? The warranty no longer exists. The return window has closed. The repair bill is more expensive than the appliance itself. So here's the takeaway for 2026. Purchase food at Costco. Purchase televisions at Costco. Yes, you can buy vacuums, laptops, even toothbrushes. What about appliances? Only if you've looked up the specific model number and determined it's not a warehouse special. If you prefer dependability above beautiful stainless steel, choose long-lasting brands and models rather than those that look excellent under warehouse lighting. And if you want to read more brutally honest breakdowns that big box stores hope you never see, subscribe to Frugal Choice, because your pocketbook deserves the truth. And today, you got it. Let us know what you think down below in the comments.